welcome to the very, very late this week Monday Night Raw reaction show. There probably isn't going to be much reacted, to be honest, because, spoiler alert, Raw was not. It wasn't of the usual fare, is the politest thing I can say. I'll tell you all about what's happening. Obviously, most of you would have seen it, so I'm just going to give my interpretation. For I usually do the late Monday Night Raw reaction show on a Tuesday, except I can't. I couldn't actually this time because of these guys. Shout out to the Mighty Reds. Because I did a live reaction to the Inter Milan game last night, so basically Raw had to be this evening. It's probably a good job because I'm probably not going to be on for too long because it wasn't really that good, to be completely honest. Just to let you guys know that, as per usual, this will be on YouTube videos, and it will also be on YouTube podcast for an audio. If you just search under Geek Boy, a wrestling story, that's where all these episodes end up. By the way, if you're wondering why, and you wanted to say why's bro, or as my son would say, got light in his eyes, it's because this is currently my phone is currently stood on my laptop because I neglected to bring down my mic stand and just suddenly realised, so I've had to do a bit of jiggery pokery, so every now and again you'll see my eye flash. I'm really sorry about that. And yeah, I'll tell you about a couple of other bits and pieces that I'm doing. A really fun weekend, cannot wait, so excited for this weekend. It's just going to be the best weekend ever, so looking forward to it, especially after the events of this week. I'll tell you a bit about therapy as well, possibly. And just a bit of a quick chit chat. As I say, I'm not going to be on long this evening because, as per usual, most of my subscribers will know my routine has basically gone to you know what, and as per usual, I haven't fed or watered myself, and also I have to go to the place that we all need to go to earn money in about 12 hours time. So yeah, I'm not going to be on for too long, to be honest, guys. So so I'll get straight into it. Like Raw itself, you can tell everyone's basically now, I think we're in that sort of just about to hit Christmas. Everyone's getting ready for WrestleMania season because obviously basically now it starts. It used to start after the Royal Rumble, but now basically WrestleMania is more or less as soon as January hits. And obviously things are going to start ramping up soon, but I think with a couple of the injuries, a couple of the injury angles, I think a lot of people are going to be sort of dropping out now. Obviously there was the LA Knight thing, which I'll tell you all about from the thumbnail that I've just put on at the start of the video. So yeah, I don't see Raw being hugely exciting 3 weeks. I mean, what is it, December the 10th today? I mean, it's the big day in like 2 weeks' time. That's right, we're playing Wolves. No, not really. So, we're getting close to Christmas, and obviously it's the holiday season, and people want to chill out, and Rock's have a good time. And then basically from January, it's going to be completely mental from January till WrestleMania sort of time. So, like I said, it wasn't a terrible show. It just, obviously the big event is this weekend, the John Cena retirement thing. By the way, I will be covering that on early hours of Sunday morning. I might do a watch along for the actual Cena portion of it, but I'll definitely be doing live reaction. Obviously, it's going to be very, very emotional in terms of Cena retiring. But yeah, in terms of Raw, I mean, literally, I'm just reading it off my laptop here. So, Gunther came out. Fair play to Gunther, that was a really, really good, solid promo. Got across that he was going to kick Cena's ass, that he was going to submit him, and that was the whole point about the promo. Because I love the line where Gunther said, "Beating you, John, is not enough. I'm going to make you give up," and that's put a bit of high stakes to the match. My only complaint is I know the Cena's only got a few dates left, and there wasn't really time. I would have liked to have seen a bit more interaction between Gunther and Cena, because it's not like you can ignite a feud on the last day that Cena goes, basically. So they're just going to have to work with what they've got. I would have just liked to have seen maybe Cena on the Raw before, and Gunther beat the living crap out of him, basically. and then go from there. But it is what it is. Look, they've done the best they can with the Cena run. For my money, I don't think Cena's last run's been horrendous. I think it's been really good in parts, not so good in other parts. I was really behind the heel Cena thing, because obviously those of us who are very old had been calling for Cena to turn heel for ages. It was very cool to see him turn heel, but it's just a bit of a, I wouldn't say a letdown, it's a bit of a letdown how it's finishing. For me, Cena Gunther needed in the middle of the run. Not towards the end. There's no offence to Gunther. Gunther is absolutely top draw wrestler. Hey, Johnny Law, you all right? Yeah, we're back onto Liverpool again. Sell Salah. Johnny, I have no idea what's going to happen with that, mate. Absolutely no bloody idea. Let me put it this way, my friend, just to break off from wrestling for a minute. If one of the Saudi clubs come in for 75 million quid, maybe even 60, I'm inclined to agree with you. And it breaks my heart, to be honest, because Mo Salah's an absolute legend of the football club, but we cannot be having this sort of thing going on in the second half of the season. Like, we are miles and miles behind. I suspect everything's going to go in the Champions League basket. I mean, if Liverpool are serious about winning that competition, which I don't think realistically they've got a hope in hell of winning the Champions League, but if the players think they can do it, then there can be no distractions from January onwards. We need to get a defender in. FSG need to pull the finger out of their arse and basically say, look, we've made a mistake with Mark Gay, and they go to bloody Steve Parish's front lawn with a big dumper truck with 40 odd million quid on it, and they just basically take the hit and say, look, we will give you £40 million for Mark Gay now. No arsing about buying any more strikers. We've got a million of the bloody people. Obviously, if we can get Semenyo, then great. If they can afford Semenyo and Ekatike, Jesus Christ. If they can afford Semenyo and Gay, don't get me wrong, but if it's a choice of Gay and another defender, as much as this would break my heart as a Ghanaian dude, I am picking the two defenders. We cannot carry on with this nonsense with Kanata. I mean, slightly more controversially, this. Sorry, folks, I will get back onto wrestling in a minute, but if Real Madrid came in, because they've said they're not interested in Kanate, which is absolute bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't believe anything Real Madrid Football Club say at all. If they came in with 25 million, tell you what, we'll take Kanate off your hands, and it allowed us to sign 3 defenders, so Gay plus 2 more, I would be very inclined to take it, to be honest. Like I said, I didn't think Ibu played that badly the other night, but still, I don't know if it was just me. Every time he got the ball, I mean, I suffer with panic attacks, mate, as you know, but I'm literally like, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, dude, but yeah, for me, I think the Salah exit is inevitable. I think it's absolutely inevitable, and I don't think there's anything that's gonna change that now. Sadly, if Salah didn't say what he said, I think Slot would have been sacked. But in my opinion, Salah made the club's decision for him, trying to make the club do what the players want. Do you see what I mean? Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Man United sack managers because the players want it. We are not there. Well, that's the thing that's annoyed me, Johnny, more than anything else, mate. It's just like, look, we are behaving like Manchester United. We are behaving like Chelsea, and this is not the way Liverpool. I was actually quite embarrassed as a Liverpool fan about what happened on Saturday. Look, Liverpool have had fiascos before, mate. As you well know, we've had horrible things in the press and stuff. But it's very rare Liverpool Football Club conduct themselves in this way. And I'm not blaming the club, obviously, but like obviously most of this has come from Salah. But we don't really have things like this that happen for us, and truly, well, I was really embarrassed, to be honest. More than I was angry, I was really embarrassed, and I feel personally very let down by Salah because look, I will always love Mo Salah, and look, even if he's being a bit of an arsehole, excuse my language, we can't forget what he's done for the football club, and I'm not going to hate him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be one of these people that I absolutely hate him and like forget about his memory and stuff like that because that's just stupid at the end of the day. But it's just a shame that I wouldn't say he's tarnished it overall, but he's tarnished it a little. I would have been more than happy for Mo to have stopped for the 2 seasons and not receive a transfer fee and just had 2 more years of Mo Salah. I mean, oddly enough, I think I'm actually going with my brother to see Liverpool potentially. And now I'm not going to see Mo Salah, which is a bit rubbish, really. But still, yeah, no, it's not cool, mate. It's not cool at all. Yeah, in terms of wrestling, folks, for those of you who end up listening to the podcast, basically, like I said, I'm not going to be on too long, but you had Kairi Sane versus Io Sky. It was all right. It wasn't the best match they've ever had. Then they announced all the people for the Cena last match because there's like it's not just Cena Gunther. They've got like 4 matches in total. So you've got Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi, which that'll be really good. Sol Ruka, who my son seems to like. Aye, aye. I'm just embarrassing my own son on the internet. Sol Ruka versus Bailey, from his dad's point of view. Aye, aye. Leon Slater and Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. That should be pretty good. I would have liked something more along the lines of Bron Breakker versus Joe Hendry kind of thing, or Ricky Saints versus I don't know, Drew McIntyre, something along them lines. But I guess I kind of see what they're doing. There was a backstage with Logan Paul and Paul Heyman, which was not very interesting, to be honest. We've had the Mystery Man attack Rey Mysterio again, the guy all dressed in black, which we thought was Austin Theory, but now apparently is multiple wrestlers. So whether these are just jobber wrestlers, whether they're development wrestlers, whether they're independent wrestlers, or whether they're actual. I don't think now they're actual wrestlers. If it's going to be like, I think they're going for a whole cult of Seth Rollins type thing because again they did the stomp on Rey Mysterio. I would imagine that they're probably going to be developmental wrestlers. I just don't see that it would be someone random like I don't know like Jacob Fatu or someone like that because it would just be a waste of. They're in a mask at the end of the day, so you can't see him. So I mean, maybe it's Austin Theory, who knows? But my suspicion is I think Seth Rollins gets a new group, so maybe the Vision stops as they are. Because actually, to be fair to the Vision, it's actually worked out quite well for them, just with the way that Bron Breakker's being embraced, and obviously Logan Paul's a megastar, and obviously Bronson Reed's doing very well. So maybe you stick with them. And I did think potentially maybe they're redoing the Shield. And then I thought to myself, maybe it's got bugger all to do with Seth Rollins. Maybe it's someone like a certain Canadian superstar who is nearly out of contract, who used to break the walls down. I don't know, just speculating. Yeah, after that, this is like I said, this is why I'm not going to be on for long, folks. To be honest, we had the War Raiders against the Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, and again, I don't want to go on about, but War Raiders are not. I appreciate what they do. Not my cup of tea at all. And then we had this ridiculous thing at the end where the New Day basically came out and basically challenged AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and then Jey Uso's music hit, and so the moment his music hit, I went, oh dear, they've given up on him. And true enough, and no offense to Jimmy, by the way, because he's a top draw wrestler, but they put the Usos back together. I'm hoping it's not for ages, and maybe it's a swerve because, look, no offense to Jimmy, but Jey Uso's worked his arse off, and I've got a lot of respect for Jey because he was always a tag team wrestler. And what he has done, look, fair play to the bloke, he's absolutely smashed it. Not so much recently, but I definitely think he deserves to be at least in Intercontinental title, if not world title, either on SmackDown or Raw. So I hope this isn't for long. Maybe they're going to give the Usos the big moment at WrestleMania, maybe, and I suppose it's a way of keeping Jey out of the world title picture, I guess. I don't know, but that's a bit disappointing for me, to be honest. That you had this ridiculous segment with Stephanie Vaquer, who was going to talk about what's next for her. By the way, Stephanie Vaquer's booking. I usually am quite complimentary of WWE for booking, especially in recent times. The booking is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. From starting off so hot, how she did, winning the titles and then beating Stratton. Vaquer's booking has been absolute garbage. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Bellas. I respect them for what they did for the women's revolution and everything before, Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Sasha Banks all came in. And I do respect them for that, but they were never my cup of tea. For Vaquer's first major feud to be against Nikki Bella, I just think it's so poor. And Nikki Bella kind of comes out, and you think to yourself, "Oh God, here we go again. They're gonna have a rematch." But then Raquel Rodriguez randomly comes out, basically grabs Nikki Bella and goes, "See ya," and basically smashes her against a pole. And then Nikki Bella's out, and then she goes and says, "I'm gonna take your title." And Raquel Rodriguez is like this, and Vaquer's like that, and then it just showed Nikki Bella unconscious on the floor, and I'm literally like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Well, I mean, what are we doing here? Seriously, I mean, that is just really. I just thought it was really daft, to be honest. Do like the Judgment Day, the whole thing that's going on at the moment. That is actually quite intriguing. I think Liv Morgan has been lights out, fantastic since she's come back. So I just want to say shout out to Liv Morgan. That woman has been bloody superb since she's come back. Absolutely awesome. I like the fact that there's a little bit of tension now with Raquel Rodriguez because she came back and then Liv Morgan was like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you to go for the title." And then Raquel was like, "Is everything all right?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah. And you can tell everything isn't all right, clearly. And then basically Liv Morgan has decided her and Roxanne Perez are a tag team, which is pretty cool. Finn Balor seems to be back on side with Dom as well. I don't know where McDonough was. I don't know if I missed that, but he didn't seem to be in the group that night. Yeah, no, I'm actually quite enjoying the Judgment Day. It's quite intriguing where they're going to go with it. I still suspect maybe there's going to be a split of a Judgment Day, and I still suspect there might be some different people who end up in it. Maybe they have a Judgment Day on Judgment Day. You've still got all those people floating about. Like obviously you've got Edge when he was in WWE, who was in Judgment Day. You've got obviously Priest was in it, Rhea Ripley's in it, and obviously Carlito as well. I think I'm missing one potentially. Am I missing one? Because I've always thought it'd be really cool one day if they could do combined Judgment Day versus combined Bloodline. So all the members of the Bloodline, maybe not so much the MFTs. I don't want to see them basically. Maybe the original Bloodline versus the Judgment Day. Because some of the combos they could have with that would be absolutely freaking quality. Yeah, that led on to Lyra versus Roxanne Perez. Obviously, Bayley came out for Lyra. They seem to have abandoned the whole Bayley lunatic character unless she's going to turn on Lyra. Yeah, not really sure about that, to be honest. Bit of a shame because I did like the idea of Bayley going a bit absolutely mental, to be honest. But yeah, whether it comes back, I don't know. Maybe they're just leaving it as like a dangling thread for now. Roxanne Perez went over. Roxanne Perez and Lyra together are so good. They're absolutely freaking awesome. Really, I thoroughly enjoyed watching those two this year. Like I said, I'm probably going to do some like weird awards thing for the end of the year and just have a whole big chat about wrestling over the Christmas period, like Wrestler of the Year, Heel of the Year, and Match of the Year, and so on and so forth. I've actually got lists, hence Geek Boy Meta, basically. Roxanne Perez for me is in the top 5, just to give you a spoiler of Wrestlers of the Year. I know people might say, Roxanne Perez, what are you on about now? Genuinely, I think Roxanne Perez is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world at the minute. I think she's absolutely brilliant. She can tell a story, she can work, she's athletic, she could do strong style wrestling, she can cut a decent promo, Roxanne, as well. I think she is going to be a superstar in literally a couple of years. I suspect that's why she's been put with Liv Morgan. Maybe they turn Roxanne face, and maybe it might be Liv and Roxanne going forward, because I'm not suggesting that Charlotte and Becky Lynch are old or anything like that, nor would I say such a rudely disrespectful thing, but I mean, you get into the stages. What else have they got to do? Kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe Perez and Lyra and Morgan are going to be the heir apparents to the throne with Sol Ruka and people like that. Speaking of heir apparent, shout out to Maxine Dupree, and I can't believe I'm saying that promo that she's done with Natty was excellent. I've been wanting to see Natty Neidhart in WWE for a long, long time, because obviously she's Natalia, but then she went on the Independents and she came up with this whole Natty gimmick, which I think is absolute quality. I absolutely love it. I've seen a couple of the matches as well, because she did Bloodsport with Josh Barnett, I think. I think they're on YouTube if you want to check them out, but honestly, as Natty Neidhart, she's so, so cool. So presumably Natty's going to turn heel on Maxine after she's had a couple of victories. I don't know if it means Maxine's going to come back repackaged, maybe. But to be honest, that was probably my favourite moment of the night, actually. I really, really liked the video package. It was really good. The end of Raw was... It was a combination of utter rubbish, weirdness, and it was also bloody fantastic, is the only way I can think to describe it, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, no, it was really bizarre, because it was ended up being Logan Paul and LA Knight, and the match was what it was. Who went over? Logan went over, I think. So LA Knight managed to lose yet another match, which is definitely not yet. And basically, he got the living crap kicked out of him by the Vision. And it was really weird the way that they did it, because LA Knight got carted out. Basically, Knight ended up coming in for to help out Rey Mysterio, because he was getting beaten down by this by the Attacker and by Logan Paul. Let's have a look. Hello, Elijah Man. Are you a Liverpool fan, mate? Yes, I am. Yeah, I speak about Liverpool as well. No, you're all right, dude. Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. Yes, I'm a long-suffering... Well, not long-suffering. That's a bit arrogant. Liverpool fan, mate. Yeah, I talk about Liverpool mostly on the channel, but I do a little sideline in pro wrestling and horror and toy hunts and comic cons and football stadiums. It's kind of a channel that's all over the place, kind of thing, basically. But yeah, it's mostly Liverpool, dude. Mostly Liverpool. Yeah, and then basically they Bron Breakker then cuts a promo, which was actually really good, by the way. It was really, really cool. And he basically skewered Punk, and the thing that he said about CM Punk's wife, i.e. AJ Lee, I was just like, wow, you can't say that. That's outrageous. So, but fair play to Bron on the mic. I have to say, surprisingly very good. I was really, really impressed. And then whilst Bron was doing his promo, they showed LA Knight on the Titantron, basically like wanting to get back up and go to the ring. So then Logan Paul and Bronson Reed basically come running out and basically beat the living crap out of LA Knight. And then Bronson Reed tsunamis him from the top of the stage on basically LA Knight's on this limousine. And Bronson Reed basically does a tsunami on LA Knight, which I'm assuming means that LA Knight is now out injured, well, quote unquote injured, and will be back for the Royal Rumble. I'm assuming, like I said. So, yeah, great win for you guys yesterday, mate. It was. I was very, very impressed, Elijah. Very, very impressed. It was. Yeah, it's been, excuse my language, it's been pretty shit watching Liverpool recently, to the point where I actually ended my own live stream the other day. I was just like, I can't be asked talking about these anymore. But yeah, it's just bizarre, though. I do not understand genuinely how we can get battered by Brentford, PSV Eindhoven, Crystal Palace, God knows who else has beaten them, but yet then conversely, beat Arsenal, Newcastle away from home, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Aston Villa. I did. It's truly bizarre, man. Favorite Indian dish and Mexican dish? Probably korma. Yeah, like I like korma, dude. To be honest, I'm not really a curry guy. Like korma. Mexico. Um, I don't think I've really got one, to be honest, mate. I My dish is Chinese. Well, Chinese is more than the dish, obviously, but my favourite takeaway is Chinese. But I'm also very like bargain basement English. I'm not classic or I like kebab and pizza. Clearly, obviously, kebab, pizza, and burger. You give me that and a £6 bottle of red wine. I'm more than happy, mate. So you know what I mean. But and I also like KFC. Yeah, not a classic guy at all. Let's have a look. Brendan Walsh. Hi, Brendan. How you doing, mate? You all right? Are you winning this? Are we winning this weekend? Who have we got this week? I've just realised who we've got, Elijah. Not a chance. No chance, mate. We are playing Brighton at home. Um, I think personally, and I'm not the most positive guy in the world, as you may have gathered, but I think Brighton will win between 3 and 4-1 at Anfield. I do not see a world where Liverpool win that match. To answer your question, and that might sound really negative. I just Brighton are an awful matchup for Liverpool at the minute. I mean, just in terms of the energy and the youth of the players, the way they're quick, short passing, which is what we were doing. I'd take a draw if I was offered it now, but this is the sort of thing we can't keep drawing, we can't keep losing. But I think for this week, and if some put it this way, we've got Brighton at home and Tottenham away are our next 2 games, which is rubbish. To be quite frank, if someone offered me 2 points out of the 2 games, I'd probably take it right now. Doesn't do much for our league position, but at the end of the day, those are 2 really hard games, mate. So, but yeah, just going back to wrestling for literally 1 minute, guys. Just literally 1 second. I usually give a rating, so I'm gonna give Raw. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna give it a C. I just didn't think it was a particularly good show. Like I said, I'm usually on here for an hour, and I knew it was bad because I've literally finished my roundup in 25 minutes. It usually takes me a good hour and 10 minutes, along with the Liverpool chat and stuff. Yeah, I just didn't think it was very good. Everyone tried the best, but I just didn't think it was hugely entertaining. Match of the night, probably. I'll go with Roxanne Perez and Lara Valkyria, but I thought that they've had better matches as well. I didn't think their match was. I thought it was good. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't terrible, but I've seen those two have way better matches. So I'll give them match of the night. And probably the best moment of the night was Maxine Dupree and Natty Neidhart in that promo. So yeah, overall, not great. Didn't really enjoy the show, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, on to John Cena, who is retiring in in 3 days' time, which is mental. I can remember John Cena having his first match about 3 minutes ago. Why he's now retiring 2 minutes later, I've got no idea, but there we go. Hi, Brendan. How am I? How are you? Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm not too bad. Just looking forward to the weekend, mate, to be honest. Would quite like Christmas now. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but in terms of, when you get to the stage you've been working all year and you're just like, yeah, I've just had enough of this now. I need to just have my TV. Nice tune. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's got its own fat. Yeah, yeah. So I'm all right, dude. Not bad at all. Yeah, like I said, folks. To be honest, that's pretty much it. To be honest. Yeah, Raw was not very good. So basically, so yeah. Okay. Right. We have MAGA or Reformers, I'm assuming. Yeah, let's get rid of them. Yeah, sorry if anyone was watching, by the way, but I appear to have got my own cadre of very strange people who sometimes jump onto the channel who should probably be institutionalised or under the supervision of a medical professional. And I say that as someone, I'm not being disrespectful, I say that as someone who's had his own lots of mental health issues, and I've just been through one recently. So the guys who are just doing that, take my advice, go and see a doctor. You're not well. Brendan, do I have a YouTube channel? I do, Brendan. Yeah, it's Geek Boy Meta 7381. I was just going to speak about that actually. Yeah, if if you're watching the video, it should be there should be like a little circle, I think, that says oh no, it's a picture of me with the hat, and there's like a Ghana because I'm British Ghanaian. In fact, I've not got my thing on me today. It should be me with like a Ghanaian wristband and also an interesting black T-shirt. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I've got a whole channel. So in fact, while I'm here, basically I do cover Liverpool, cover pro wrestling. Those are my main two things. But I also do horror, Pride, toy hunts, comic cons, football stadium tours. So I've been there's videos of me going to Aston Villa, Manchester City, Chelsea, the Arsenal I went to in the summer, West Ham, Derby County, Leeds United, which is around the corner from my house. Obviously Anfield because I'm a massive Red. There's loads of Liverpool content on there. I do Liverpool content practically every single day. There's loads of match day vlogs. Wrestling fans who may be watching or listen to the podcast. I've got loads of vlogs of me going to AEW. So I've got AEW Wembley 2023, 24 on Forbidden Door, and I've also been to WWE. So I've WWE Leeds I've been to, WWE Sheffield, and that, yeah, there's just loads of content. So to be honest, I'm one of these. I just like going to do different things. It's mostly wrestling, football stadiums, and Liverpool, to be honest, too. But like, I try and go to like comic cons, horror conventions. I'm kind of like I don't know, jack of all trades, to be honest. So I just like loads of different things because I'm a massive geek. Hence, Geek Boy Meta, basically. So, DT, how you doing, mate? You're all right. What are you doing for Christmas? What am I doing for Christmas, Brendan? I'm trying to think of a polite way of putting this, but there isn't really a polite way. So most of the people on the channels will know that I'm not adverse to a drink. I intend on getting completely steaming for most of Christmas every single day, and pretty much being drunk for most of it. Which is not very responsible. Not when I've got children around, obviously, but like when the child and the wife have partly left the living room, I will be sitting here watching movies, football, with giant takeaways and bottles of rum and 20 billion cans of lager and about 16 bottles of red wine. So there we go. No one cares. Yep, no one cares about you, sunshine. See ya. Yes, there we go. Oh, have I just got rid of... sorry, I think I might have got rid of the wrong weirdo. Yeah, sorry if I've just deleted someone, by the way. I think I've just got rid of... oh, no, because of the weirdo. Right, dude, who I was just speaking to, really sorry if I've taken you off. I've accidentally pressed... this is why I really don't like these people, to be honest. Yeah, I've done this before, folks. I've ended up pressing the wrong channel. The guy I was just speaking to, I'm so sorry, by the way. This is like the fourth person I've had to get rid of on this stream. I really wish that they would. Not that I'm particularly affected by them. To be quite frank, I just wish they'd sod off. Like, just in general, folks, like I said, because I'm an old man. What is the deal with these people? Like, genuinely, I'm just throwing this out there. What is the whole deal with trolling? Like, you can call whatever you want to. I'll just fire back and tell you to basically. But I genuinely don't get it. Like, haha, I've made fun of someone. That gives me joy and comfort. Because why? I genuinely, it blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. I just think it's so stupid. But there we go. I don't know. It's just very, very well. Anyway, right, guys, before I head off, because I am going to head off because, like I said, literally, as usual, your boys had no food. I'm actually going to order a takeaway, which means I'm going to be probably going to bed about 1:30 in the morning. Do I prefer Indian food? Wow, there's a lot of people asking what food I like. Do you prefer Indian food or English? To be honest, I am quite a multicultural person, but in terms of food, I've got to be honest, mate. I just love English food. I am not that, like I said, I'm not the most classiest bloke in the world. Like I said, I'm getting a kebab, and I'll probably be getting some pizza or some chicken. If you give me a kebab, pizza, chicken, or a big slap up burger with a boatload of cheese on, I'm a very happy bloke. And a 6 or 7 quid bottle of wine, no more than a tenner. Couple of cans of lager, Peroni maybe, Budweiser, something like that. And you put it all on the table in front of me. Yeah, very, very happy. Have you ever had a spice bag? Is that a trick question? Um, just because you said spice, dude, I'm just wondering. We are still talking food. I'm assuming. I'm gonna say no to both. I'm gonna say no, to be honest, Brendan. But no, I've not had a spice bag. Is it Turkish kebab? Kebabs. I like, those ones that you can get from like your locals. Um, Spice bag is like salt and chili crisp. Ah, right. Okay. Oh, right. I was thinking it. Yeah. You can probably guess what I was thinking. Um, I tell you what kebabs I like doing. I like the ones where it's mixed kebab, where you get like you get chicken, you get keema, you get your Turkish kebab, you get the sheikh kebab. You get a bit of, I don't know, you get a bit of bacon thrown in as well, and whatever. Anyway, it's just like an absolute mess of meat. I'm one of those people, dude. I just love stuff like that. Um, like I said, that's making me more hungry now. So, um, that's probably my favourite. Although, to be honest, I will happily just have naan kebab with just kebab, like just literally this thick, basically, no sauce, nothing, and I'm more than a happy man. Because my missus is always like, "Why don't you get some sauce with it, chicken?" And I'm just like, I just like me. There we go. I think I had horse meat kebab. Um, Funny story, when I first got to Leeds, there was actually, I think it's online actually, this story. I won't mention the restaurant, but there was a restaurant in LS6, which is Headingley Hyde Park area in Leeds, that actually had their license taken away because they did some testing on the kebab because a load of students got ill, and they found out it was like processed pigeon meat. And the next week after, they got caught with the same thing. Let me put it this way: it wasn't horse meat, but there were a couple of Fidos who are no longer with us. But there we go. Oh, thank you for that. That's delightful. I'm looking forward to my takeaway now. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm not going to be on. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much zooming off now because I need to go and get some food. I want to drink, and I'm going to watch some Champions League. Just to let you guys know who listen on the podcast, this will be on tomorrow. Um, just in terms of what's going on the next week, let me try and work out what it is I'm doing. I'll be back on tomorrow for AEW review, I think, although I might have to cancel that one because I may be buying Liverpool tickets potentially. I'm not too sure. I'm not actually sure how tomorrow or the rest of the week's going to work. Friday, I'm going to be doing Hard Light, which is the music gig that I've been telling you guys about. There's a promo on that I've just put on for tonight. Basically, if you're tuning in at 8 o'clock on Friday, it's going to be like live music from Leeds, and I'm going to be recording it. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. I might try and sing Oh Andy Robertson or Hugo Ekitike. Definitely won't be singing Mo Salah at the moment. But yeah, if you want to turn up, that's more than fine. The gig is at the Fox and Newt. It's hosted by my friend A Short Dark Stranger. You can check his music out on YouTube. I think it's Ash Tords, his hashtag, his like app thing, whatever it's called, whatever the young people say. Again, for YouTube, this is not a paid promotion. I'm just helping to make it mate out, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting any money for it and so on and so forth. I'm just recording it for him to go on YouTube. It's based on my channel, so that's 8 o'clock on Friday if you want to check that out for a bit of live music. I will be going to the pub after that as well, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to. Saturday I'll be back on for reaction for Liverpool Brighton, which I'm not looking forward to because I think we're going to get absolutely smashed. I'll be back on 7 hours later for reaction to the John Cena match. So that'll be about 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe half 2 in the morning, something along them lines. Is there anything else I'm doing? Sunday I'm going for a Jolly Boys day out, so there will be no live streaming that day. I have a day booked off. It's going to get a bit messy. So yeah, if you happen to be in the Leeds area and you see a bloke in a puddle with one of these on his head, basically it's me. And then next week, because obviously we're getting into Christmas now, aren't we? Next week I'll be doing Monday Night Raw live reaction back on the Tuesday. Won't be doing anything Wednesday, Thursday because of family stuff and birthdays and Christmas and all that good stuff. And then I'll be doing live reaction to what is the game? Tottenham away, I want to say. I think that'll probably be about 9, 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. I want to say we're playing at 5:30. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, there'll be live reaction to that as well, so that'll be really cool. When we lose to Tottenham as well, so yeah, great. And then obviously, folks, we're into like sort of Christmas week. I've got a Ghana thing as well for the Ghanaians who follow me as well. Big up to Ghana and good luck to the Black Stars against England. We're gonna smash you. No, not really. Well, hopefully. And yeah, that'll probably be it for the year. Like I said, I'll be on over Christmas. I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to be doing just yet. I'm going to get horrendously drunk. I am going to tell you that. But yeah, I'll still be doing some live streaming. I'll be doing like some end of year awards for wrestling, for Liverpool. I think we're playing Wolves, and there'll probably be a Monday Night Raw and a Dynamite. Because I'm off, I might actually be able to do live Dynamite watching as well and live Monday Night Raw watching, which should be good over Christmas. And then going into the new year, like I said, I'll keep this to myself for now, but I should, within the first 2 or 3 weeks of the year, hopefully going to Anfield in person to go and see a game. I'm not sure if it's going to be Qarabag or Barnsley or maybe both. I need to have a word with a certain younger brother of mine promptly so that we can get these tickets booked. But yeah, hopefully I can announce something soon. I'm also hoping to see WWE either in Newcastle or in Nottingham Forest. Oh my god. In Nottingham, even Nottingham Forest. God, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Cody Rhodes doing like Cody cutters from like bloody from the Trent end. It's probably going to be Newcastle, just for the fact that, like, obviously I do footy stadium tours as well, so I wanted to combine it with going to St James's Park. They've got a load of cool anime shops, and Newcastle's just a boss city in general. Like I said, Nottingham's nice as well. I used to live near there. I used to live in, like, Derby way, but I love Newcastle. It's absolutely... Behind Liverpool, Newcastle's my favourite city to go to in England. I love the Geordies, the top-class people. Absolutely lovely, lovely people, the Geordies. So yeah, if I go to Newcastle, I'm going to try and do like a live walk around St James's. I'll keep this quiet while I'm in Newcastle, but there's a certain club, not a million miles from them, who wear red and white stripes, which I won't be telling them while I'm in Newcastle. So I'll try and get to Sunderland as well. I'm not sure about Middlesbrough because I don't know how far it is away from I don't think it's a million miles away, but I don't think it's like round the corner either. But yeah, I'm hoping to make Newcastle like a big weekend type of thing. So yeah, there's loads of cool stuff coming up in the new year. I'm getting the tickets for Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, the Legends game in about a week, I think, when I get paid. Hopefully, AEW tickets for Wembley will be coming out in the next 5 or 6 weeks, I want to say. So I'll be getting that and getting me hotels for London and so on and so forth. I'm hoping to go and see Pro Rev Wrestling on the same weekend as AEW as well, which hopefully I can announce at some point as well. But yeah, all good stuff to come along anyway. Elijah, did you see WWE? Jeez, mate, been that? No, mate, no. I'm a wrestling lifer, dude. Like I said, I love watch WWE, watch AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, watch British wrestling. I love wrestling, so yeah. There we go. Hey, I'm not gonna say your name. I'm not gonna say your name. Hello, mate. You're alright. Is Bamford Leeds best ever? I am not answering that, dude. I am not answering that. Instead, this is rubbish. I'm not sure my wife would be happy about that suggestion. I'll tell you what, I'll go upstairs and ask her. No, I'm not joking. I really hope she's not watching. I've just said that. Oh dear. I'll take your advice though, mate. I'll see what I can do. See what I can do. Hey, I'm still not going to say that name either, mate. How you doing, dude? You all right? Funnily enough, dude, I showed it to my son this evening. You'll be happy to know we watched a mate, call the cheek. This is taking a bit of a turn, hasn't it? Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to do that on a live stream, dude. Like Sabu. Oh, rest in peace, Sabu. Yeah, that was rubbish, dude. That was absolutely rubbish. Yeah, shout out to Sabu. Rest in peace, man. Yeah, no, I actually did, Mr. I'm Him. What did I show him earlier? There's a thing on YouTube because basically we were sat watching Monday Night Raw because I had to watch it in prep for this, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, there's a mate of mine on YouTube that does this fingerboarding, and because my son's like, well, obviously it goes without saying he's younger than me, duh. He was like, oh yeah, fingerboarding, Dad, and I'm like, how do you know what it is? It's like, oh yeah, well the kids talk about it at school, and I'm like, seriously, am I this really old? Like my son had to explain to me what 6'7" was in the end, and I was just like, and he just runs around the house saying 6'7", and I'm just like, Jesus Christ Almighty! I'd say I'm going to lose my temper with this pretty soon. But yeah, I showed him this video, Mr. Him, and it was. It was kind of like in a New York subway, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it was actually filmed in a subway, but it looked like a subway, and there was these 3 or 4 fellas or women, whoever it was, and you could see all their fingers moving these skateboards across. And I was like, do you know what, actually, I've got no idea how you do that, but I have to say, even as an old man, that's extremely cool. But it kind of looked like a subway to fit the skateboards, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. There we go. Yes, there we go. Yeah. I'll let you guys fight it out. Yeah, folks, like I said, that's pretty much me done for the evening. I desperately need to go and get some food, and quite frankly, I want a drink. Because of all this talk about drinking has made me very thirsty. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, guys. Sorry I've not been on for too long tonight, but I need to have a chill out. It's been a bit of a week this week, to say the least. But thanks for the support and everything. And yeah, I might be back on tomorrow. Just leave it with us. I'm not sure how the rest of the week is going to go. Yeah, it's yeah. Thank you, dude. Cheers. Nice one. Always end with a classy joke. Yeah, right, guys. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll see you in the next couple of days for another live reaction. Right, see you later, guys. Bye bye.